Travis Wingutzel. 2 Nephi, chapter 3. Lehi is now speaking to Joseph, his lastborn. Thou wast born in the wilderness of mine afflictions. Yea, in the days of my greatest sorrow did thy mother bear thee. And may the Lord consecrate also unto thee this land, which is most precious, a most precious land for thine inheritance, and the inheritance of thy seed, which thy brethren for thy security, if it so be that ye shall keep the commandments of the Holy One of Israel. And now Joseph, my lastborn, whom I have brought out of the wilderness of mine afflictions, may the Lord bless thee forever, for thy seed shall not be utterly destroyed. For behold, thou art the fruit of my loins. I am a descendant of Joseph, who was carried away captive into Egypt. And great were the covenants of the Lord, which he made unto Joseph. Wherefore Joseph truly saw our day, and he obtained the promise of the Lord, that out of the fruit of his loins the Lord God would raise up a righteous branch unto the house of Israel, not the Messiah. Just in case there was some confusion, that this is the Messiah who is to come. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. The Messiah is a mortal human. But a branch which was to be broken off. Nevertheless, to be remembered in the covenants of the Lord, that the Messiah should be made manifest unto them in the latter days, in the spirit of power, unto the bringing of them out of darkness unto light, yea, out of hidden darkness, and out of captivity unto freedom. For Joseph truly testified, saying, a seer shall the Lord my God raise up, who shall be a choice seer unto the fruit of my loins. Not the Messiah. Yea, Joseph truly said, thus saith the Lord unto me, a choice seer will I raise up out of the fruit of my loins, thy loins. Not the Messiah, lest there be any confusion. And he shall be esteemed highly, among the fruit of thy loins. And unto him will I give commandment, that he shall do a work for the fruit of thy loins, his brethren, which shall be of great worth unto them, even to the bringing of them to the knowledge of the covenants which I have made with their fathers, And I will give unto him a commandment, that he shall do none other work, save the work which I shall command him. And I will make him great in mine eyes, for he shall do my work. And he shall be great like unto Moses. There's the Messiah. Whom I have said I would raise up unto you to deliver my people, O house of Israel. But a seer will I raise up out of the fruit of thy loins, and unto him will I give power to bring forth my word unto the seed of thy loins. And not to the bringing forth my word only, saith the Lord, but to the convincing them of my word, which shall have already gone forth among them. Wherefore the fruit of thy loins shall write, and the fruit of the loins of Judah shall write, and that which shall be written by the fruit of thy loins, and also that which shall be written by the fruit of the loins of Judah. Human mortals shall grow together unto the confounding of false doctrines, laying down of contentions, and establishing peace among the fruit of thy loins. And then the great and abominable church shall come, and then it will be used against them as a weapon of war, for causing contentions, for creating false doctrines, and establishing war, unto bringing them to the knowledge of their fathers in the latter days, and also to the knowledge of my covenants, saith the Lord. And thus prophesieth Joseph, saying, Behold, that seer will the Lord bless, and they that seek to destroy him shall be confounded. The curse. For this promise which I have obtained of the Lord, of the fruit of my loins, shall be fulfilled. Behold, I am sure of the fulfilling of this promise. And his name shall be called after me, Joseph. And it shall be after the name of his father, Joseph Sr., thus Joseph Jr. And he shall be like unto me. For the thing which the Lord shall bring forth by his hand, by the power of the Lord, shall bring my people unto salvation. So, whom did Joseph Jr. bring salvation to? As them. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years of age, was feeding the flock of his brethren. I was younger, Joseph, by 1 year. The summer of 86 for me. Was feeding the flock of his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah, and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. That was 36. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age. He's also the birthright blessing son of his favorite wife, rather than the one he was forced to marry in order to get the one he wanted, Rachel and Leah. And he made him a coat with long sleeves. Go into your printed text and burn many colors. The Christians, in creating the Septuagint, botched it bigly. It's long sleeves from the Dead Sea Scrolls. Reason why is because he is the birthright blessing son. And so he doesn't have to work. He's privileged. And so if he does labor work, he has to gird up his loins to do so. And burn that video. Burn that Wikipedia. Not Wikipedia. If there's a YouTube video on it, burn it. Burn it all. Burn. No colors. Burn. I dare not speak his name. Burn it. Evil of the devil. I never did watch it. I stand proud to this very day of having never watched it. You all know what I'm talking about. Burn it! I command thee, burn it! It will not be allowed in Zion. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, Reuben, which is Seir, son, Ra, Seir, Hebrew, Ben, son. They hated him yet the more. That's kind of important to understand the story we're about to tell you. Because, and they could not speak peaceably unto him. Peaceably is likely Salem. It's important to know Hebrew, going over the Hebrew document, so that you don't botch it with colors. Here we go. And Joseph dreamed a dream. Reuben, the seer son. Joseph, the favored son. The birthright blessing over the birthright blessing in the flesh. Dreamed a dream. Hadn't caught it yet? With the name of God, I mean Samuel, he tells us that before time, a prophet was called a seer. In Mosiah chapter 8, Ammon tells King Limhi, a seer is a revelator and a prophet, and a gift which is greater can no man have except he should possess the power of God, which no man can, unless he is him. Yet a man can have great power. Remember, he's mortal, given him from God. But a seer can know of things which are past, and also of things which are to come, and by them shall all things be revealed. Or rather, shall secret combinations be made manifest, and hidden things shall come to light, and things which are not known shall be made known by them, and also things shall be made known by them which otherwise could not be known. You know, like the calendar date and clock times. For revelation. Spirit. Seer. Prophet. Revelator. Translator. Spirit. The law of the Jews, from which this Jewish author is writing the story of Joseph in Egypt, a seer. But the Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me, unto him you shall hearken. You need to plug this footnote where it belongs in 2 Nephi chapter 3, verse 5. And yes, Joseph Smith brought it up in his second vision, verse 40, referring to the Acts version, but then quoting from the third Nephi, chapter 20, verse 23 version. Vision, huh? So literal history. Joseph dreamed a dream and it's literal history, huh? That's what constitutes a seer, huh? So this is a journal entry of what really happened. And he told it to his brethren, and they hated him yet more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed, which is literal history. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field. Well, it is in the likeness of things on the earth. Must be literal history. And lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheaf. Literal history, it's so true, we need to change historical documents to conform and comply to this historical record. And his brethren said unto him, Thou shalt indeed reign over us. Shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? So 11 sheaves bowing to the one. And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. Reuben, seer's son. Joseph, having the dreams as the seer. So the church isn't going to tell you this, but you should catch on when you read through the whole book of Genesis. Adam falls, Abel falls. Japheth falls. Who's the brother of Abraham? I don't think they say. But the brother of Abraham falls. Pharaoh falls. There we go. Ishmael falls. And Esau falls. Reuben, Levi, Simeon, Judah falls. And Manasseh falls, sort of. Not really, but the birthright and blessing for the firstborn keeps getting usurped by the younger brother. The Genesis author is trying to tell you something and teach you. That's why it's in the Torah of the Jews. And ends with Joseph, the seer. Now, there's a dualism here, because the Genesis author is turning Joseph into the man like Moses. Thus, the clarification needed in 2 Nephi chapter 3, verse 5. Not the Messiah, but of another Joseph. A seer. For the dominant monopoly that Microsoft is, they really need to be put in their place. For such incompetence and creation. Oh, wait. Isn't he in the Epstein files, too? Or is that the... I don't think it's the Google guy. It's a Microsoft guy, right? Gates? The Learning of the Jews by J. Emanuel Shochat. Messiah ben Joseph. Jewish tradition speaks of two redeemers, each one called Messiah, ushering in the Messianic era. The term Messiah, unqualified, always refers to Messiah ben David of the tribe of Judah. The descendant of Ephraim shall write, and the descendant of Judah shall write. Joseph Jr. is the Ephraim one who shall write. But he is not the human who comes later of Judah. To the house of Israel, them. Messiah ben Joseph, of the tribe of Ephraim, son of Joseph. He will come first. There's a really good reason why the Jews don't believe that the Jewish author who created Jesus, that was usurped by Christians and turned literal history, as the Jewish author was a seer, don't believe that Jesus is their Christ whom they're looking for. Joseph Smith comes first because he establishes the house of Israel with his church. He is to act as the precursor for the coming of Messiah ben David. He will prepare the world for the coming of the final Redeemer, a human. Joseph Smith, in case you missed it, is to act as precursor for the coming of the human baby born of mortal parents, Messiah ben David, the man like Moses, Emmanuel. He will prepare the world for the coming of the final Redeemer. He will begin the gathering of the exiles scattered all over the earth, the house of Israel. The rebuilding of the temple with the altar. Kirtland, there's a reason why the Kirtland Temple vision occurred. Oh, look, there's Moses. Joseph Smith, Jr., as Messiah ben Joseph, will be assassinated by the enemy. By the ones who are the only ones left in the room. Do you want me to quote it? Oops. Verse 3, Joseph Smith the prophet and seer of the Lord. Verse 2, went past it. John Taylor and Willard Richards, 2 of the 12, not arrested. What were they doing there? Were the only persons in the room at the time. Shot Joseph Smith and Hiram in Carthage jail on the 27th of June, 1844 at about, no, 4:17, I believe. "200 years later, shortly, Messiah ben David shall come and avenge his death." Resurrect him, not the Christian false translation. Joseph Smith erected the church. Brigham Young insurrected the church. Messiah ben David resurrects the church. It is not the zombie apocalypse for baptisms for the dead. And inaugurate the messianic era of everlasting Salem and bliss. Amazing. Those Jews, so smart. So even the Jews testify that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is false, in case you hadn't caught on, Mormons. So who is this Messiah ben David that we should know him? Bleep you. Back to 37 verse 9. And Joseph Smith Jr. dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream. Another literal history. Gather around. This is literal history. It is so true. Feel the truth. And there will be joy. Behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. So literal history true. Because there are 11 planets. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and whether or not you want to call Pluto. So, nope. Not here. But it's literal history true. We need to change astronomy about the solar system. There are now 11 planets, including Earth, for 12, the house of Israel. We must change according to the written word of the Bible, which is literal history about the seer Joseph, whose vision is literal history. Yes, I'm mocking you. Dumbasses all. And he told it to his father and to his brethren. Gets you in trouble every time. And his father rebuked him and said unto him, What? You made him the firstborn birthright blessing son over the seer son. What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and my mother? Da 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 da. Anybody remember that picture I made for you and often put in videos and have been doing so even lately? With the 2 eyes of Horus, the right eye for the sun, and all the list below, and then the left eye for the moon, and the list below. Father, husband, wife, mother. Da 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 da. And thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth. And his brethren envied, not hated him anymore. But his father observed the same. The Jesus mother, the one who was raped by a dove, if you're Christian, or by Heavenly Father from the planet Kolob, if you're Mormon, would observe the sayings of Jesus as a boy. And his brethren went to feed their flocks, father's flock, in Shechem, the place where Dinah was raped. And certain brothers lost their birthright after being the lesser sons. Right, Levi and Simeon? took advantage of the men when they were down. There's more here, we'll cut it short. But hilarity does ensue here in Hebrew. But they said one to another when Joseph came to them, "Behold, this dreamer cometh." "Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, Some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams." Are you listening, Irene? Are you ready? Don't believe yet, huh? Okay. Judah said unto his brethren, "What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hands be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh." Flesh for fantasy. And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen. And they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20, not 30, pieces of silver. The Judah price has now been paid to have him murdered. Are you listening, Oaks? And they brought Joseph into Egypt. And the seer's son returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren and said, "The child is not, and I, whither shall I go?" And they killed the scapegoat. April 4 CE, 600 years from the time Lehi left Jerusalem. Can't go into every single detail about every single awesome thing that's here because you don't believe and never studied and at least didn't even follow me. Alright, so 38 is Tamar. Everybody fears and trembles over this chapter. I think it's awesome. Strong woman puts Judah in his place. So, 39. Joseph was brought down to Egypt by Potiphar. And yeah, there's a woman involved who falsely accuses him and has him locked up. So, chapter 40. And it came to pass after these things that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker had offended their lord, the king of Egypt. And Pharaoh was wroth against his two officers, against the chief of the butlers and against the chief of the bakers. I'm sensing a bread and cookie dream coming. Bye-bye, Nelson. Bye-bye. And he put them inward in the house of the captain of the guard into the prison, the place where Joseph was bound, that sensitive snowflake, anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate, Korihor, who gives him the right to be a translator and have dreams as the seer. And the captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them. And they continued a season inward. One was on his right hand, the other was on his left, and they were nailed with 9-inch nails on crosses, the Kairos, for 3 days of darkness over the United States of America. So say we all. So say we all. Awesomest reboot ever. With the awesomest spin-off ever. Prequel to prequel. And they dreamed a dream, both of them. Each man his dream in one night. Each man according to the interpretation of his dream, the butler and the baker of the king of Egypt, which were bound in the prison. Let's just keep repeating words over and over, shall we? And Joseph came in unto them in the morning, and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. And he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of the Lord's house, saying, Wherefore look ye so sadly today? And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. I'm an interpreter. I can do it. Published the book on Amazon for a basic learner for Mormons. And about prophecy dreams, too. Don't buy it. I'll search for it if you insist on having it, if you don't want to follow my channel and this video. I can see if I can find the PDF of it for you. And Joseph said unto them, If we get to Zion, Mormons don't want to, I will upgrade them for everyone. Do not interpretations belong to God? And no man knows the day or the hour? Tell me them, I pray you. And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph. In my dream, a vine was before me, and in the vine there were 3 branches, and it was as though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. Joseph said unto him, This is the interpretation of it. 3 branches are 3 days. No man knows the day or the hour. No man knows. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head, and restore unto thee unto thy place, and thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former manner when thou wast his butler. And remember me, don't forget, I'm still here, I'm not dead yet. So the chief baker, ooh, this is fun. Maybe my dream is cool too. Bye-bye, Nelson. Bye-bye. Saw that the interpretation was good. He said unto Joseph, I also was in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head. And in the uppermost basket there was of all manner of bake meats for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat of them. And the basket was upon my head. Bye-bye, Nelson. Bye-bye. And Joseph answered and said, This is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days. No man knows the day or the hour. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head from off thee, and shall hang thee on a tree, just like Judas the betrayer. And the birds shall eat thy flesh from off of thee. Never mind, I don't want to know. I'll just remain here, happy and content, for the rest of my life. Yep. And the baker, or the butler, forgot Joseph. Thanks did he show him. For the Audible, one of the women who wanted to do the audio had sent a guy to email me to tell me his dream and rig the interpretation so that he liked it, and then she would agree to do the audio. If I didn't conform and comply with the right interpretation, she left. Sorry, that was the dream you gave me. I asked you specifically, right hand or left? You told me left. You told me you're right-handed and you used your left. Do not blame me for your incompetence. And so, yeah, she didn't do the audio. Don't buy it. Am I going to have to go through all of them? Delete, 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 delete. Will that finally get your attention? You know how much work I have to do that? So, 2 years pass by. Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river, the Nile River. And behold, there came up out of the river 7. Bye-bye, Monson. Bye-bye. Well-favored kine and fat-fleshed. And they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7. 7, 7. Other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And the ill-favored and lean-fleshed kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke. Are you ready, Irene? Are you preparing? In the coming days, I want to say day, but in the coming day, Sunday, 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 it begins. I warned you, Oaks. You are not wanting to listen. Neither did Nelson. And he slept and dreamed a second time. Just like I crashed after my video this morning. And crashed. And then woke up with this dream that I'm giving to you now. Behold, 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ears, 7, 7. And blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke. And behold, it was a dream. Then the butler went, oh, right, oops. There's this guy in prison who can interpret dreams. Your living prophets of Jesus kind of suck at their job. And so, yeah, Joseph the seer interprets it. Put bishops' storehouses with every single ward and congregation around the whole earth. As told to us by Joseph Smith Jr., Messiah ben Joseph, in section 42. Or your kingdom will fall, and you will transfer authority to me. The Jewish author did not put that, but that's That's what he wrote. Moses versus Pharaoh for the Exodus. And the house of Israel is saved by the Mormon who restores Joseph Smith's church. So yeah, there's the whole Benjamin thing and playing around with his brothers. Right, Todd? Dumbass. You betrayer. You paid the 2,000 pieces of silver instead. Yeah, bleep you. Betrayer. Because I got the better of you. That's it, Samson. Let's go over that for you guys. I won't explain it, but I'll rub it in my brother's face. Let's see. Chapter 15 of Judges. Oh, didn't I show pretty pictures with the scales of judgment this morning? And we'll add to it in this video. Oh, God. Verse 3. Samson said concerning them, "Now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure?" Samson went and caught 300 foxes. Baby name meaning Todd. And Fox News too. Coincidentally at the same time. Huh. 2 tails of foxes. Huh. Same time, huh? And took firebrands, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst between 2 tails. And when he had set the brands on fire, Samson, in case you don't know, Paleo Hebrew is the Sun King. These are solar eclipse. This is a solar eclipse that's about to take place. And yes, it's now literal history because it happened. Over Australia. He let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines and burnt up both the shocks, and also the standing corn and the vineyards and the olives. How much did Fox News have to pay? Because my brother had to pay $2,000. So where are we? I think we're done, aren't we? So, yeah, that. And so thus the Exodus author used the Genesis author to talk about Messiah ben Joseph. Oh, that's right. That's right. And set the way for Messiah ben David, Moses. David Moses III. In the Joseph Smith translation, Revelation chapter 12, Joseph Smith explains it all for you. There appeared a great sign in heaven. Revelation for calendar dates and clock times. We do know the day and the hour. A Christian lied and tampered with the Bible, Matthew specifically. In the likeness of things on the earth, a vision dream, seer. Then you go to verse 7. Virgo, the woman, is Joseph Smith's church. Messiah ben Joseph, remember? He comes first, remember? And Joseph Smith's church is to bring forth the kingdom of our God and his Christ. Jupiter, the child, Messiah, ben David, Moses, the Mormon. Second Nephi, chapter 3, verse 5 and 9. Man like Moses. Thus, verse 40 of the second literal history, dumbasses, it's obvious, and you let this church lie to you. You believe their lie. Section 103, verses 15 through 18. Behold, I say unto you, the redemption of Zion must needs come by power. Therefore I will in the future, after Joseph, raise up unto Mormons a man who shall lead them like as Moses. Any confusion now? For Mormons are the house of Israel and of the seed of Abraham. Seed. And ye must needs be led out of bondage to the great and abominable church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, by power of the Spirit, seer, prophet, revelator, and translator of Paleo-Hebrew and Egyptian, and some Greek. He knows some Latin. And if he has references, he knows all of the European languages, or any language on earth for that matter. Just give him a reference. Dictionary, alphabet and grammar. And if Russia will just simply ask, he will tell you that the Ze is the Cairo. Just ask. Just ask. And as your fathers were led at the first, even so shall the redemption of Zion be. Stretched out arm for Stanford's sake. Akhenaten, by the way, yeah, he had arms coming out of the Aten sun disk. All means the same thing. So yeah. Prophecy, Mormons. Do you deny and reject your founder, denying the Spirit? Be careful on that answer, because there's already at least 2 thumbs down on this video.